Hello there, it's me, earthmanbrick, and today we're back with another Transformer, but this time it's an official one. Yes, first time for everything. And we're going to be looking at Beast Machine's Cheetor. This is the original version. This is like a core class, which is what they call the size class for this figure. So yeah, this is a core class version, which is they're just a kind of a smaller kind of scale, so you don't get things like ankle articulation and stuff. I know the third-party brands tend to do all that, but the Hasbro tend to cheap out on a lot of those sorts of things. But you're probably asking, is like, what the hell is Beast Machines and what the hell is Cheetor? Well, Beast Machines was, in fact, I'll start from the beginning. Show-wise, there was Transformers Generation 1 is what it ended up being called after so many other iterations of it came out. But once that show was kind of done, there was almost a kind of a hollow, empty sound in the air, tumbleweeds passing, whole lot of nothing. And then all of a sudden, it's like Transformers is coming back, and everyone was like, oh, great! Transformers is returning! I love Transformers! I love the G1 show! But instead we got Beast Wars, which was a CGI show. It was completely different. It was completely reinvented the thing. And all these traditional Transformers fans were just like, that's not Optimus Prime. That's not bloody Megatron. What the hell is this? And a lot of people just flat out rejected it. Outright. They were like, no, we want more of the original stuff. We don't want this. Nobody's asked for this. Now, the whole reason it happened was because Hasbro had already technically given up on Transformers license at that point, and so it was Kenner Toys that took over. And Kenner had been responsible for making the Star Wars figures, and they'd never really made transforming toys before, but bloody hell did they nail it, because the Beast Wars toys were freaking awesome, really excellent. They had the transformations, they had battle masks, and the articulation was bloody great, a hell of a lot better than G1. And yeah, it was, they knocked it out of the park. It was massively popular. It had its own kind of, cult following. And yeah, they just kept making toys after toys, and they were knocking it out of the park. The show itself, Beast Wars, fantastic. You've got a whole great voice cast. It was all made done in Canada, I believe. And funnily enough, in Canada, they thought Beast Wars sounded too violent, so they ended up calling it Beasties. Yeah, it doesn't quite have the same ring to it. But yeah, that's what ended up happening. It was pretty surreal. But yeah, after that show was done, we got a whole bunch of nothing again for a while. Because Beast Wars lasted for like 3 seasons, I believe. And then, out of nowhere, the cast and everyone came back, and it was for a brand new show set on Cybertron, and it was called Beast Machines. And yeah, it had one of the best intros ever for the show and everything. It was, let me just get it up. Here we go. Yeah, it was, because the music was by Left Field, and it was, what the hell's the song called? Find it here in the comments. Bat Planet. And it came out in 1999, so all you folks who were in nightclubs in the 1999, you'll recognize this song. It was like in UK, like music for bloody ages. But here we go. freaking awesome. I don't think that was the original plan for the intro music either. I think it was this song, Evolution Revolution, which didn't quite... This is what they used for the promo for the show before they launched it. And yeah, this is also a great bloody song. Yeah, love it. I'm just gonna stick it on because it's great. It's awesome.
Buried in the past. To unleash the warrior within, tame the beast without.
Seeking their balance and destiny, they transform and transcend disharmony. To get through this darkest hour, transmutation gives them the power. It's an evolution, revolution. It's beast machines. It's a transformation, revelation. It's beast machines. It's an evolution, revolution. It's beast machines. It's a transformation, revelation. It's beast machines. Beast machines.
Coming this fall to Fox Kids.
Yeah, so it was that as well. But back to the toys. So yeah, we've got Cheetor here. And yeah, all the original, because it was, rather than Autobots and Decepticons, there were Maximals and Predacons. So yeah, that whole theme and naming convention getting carried on. And so did all the characters' names. So Rat Trap was still very much Rat Trap. Optimus Primal was still very much who he was, and so on and so forth. And yeah, it was definitely its own thing unapologetically, and it was more of a kind of a sci-fi show. Very cool stuff. So, I managed to open that box nicely, no big tearing and things. And oh my goodness, look at the amount of tags that's in this thing. I think I'll just use the scissors. Start chopping these. Get them out. Let me out! Here we go. Oh, there's still one around the waist there. You have to move his arms out the way. Get to it. There we go. So yeah, he's got his full body here. Move that gump out the way. And he's got these two little swords as well. You saw him in the intro section there. What he does is he kind of puts them together, and you can see it there, and he uses them as a kind of a glider. Not quite sure how the physics of that work. I think they hand waved a lot of things, but there we go. Yeah, he's looking pretty cool. Let's have a quick zoom in here. I'll just play around with the focus. I think manually. There we go. So look at that. This is all tamper-graphed and painted on details. The eyes look a bit, I don't know. it looks like he's kind of with the Steve Buscemi style eyes, where they're kind of half popping out of his. It's like, what? Really? That kind of permanently surprised look expression. I don't know. Yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, a lot of nice articulation on here. So he's got a double hinge there for the legs, which is kind of cool. I think you can stick these out and make him super tall like he is in the show. Yeah, that works. Yeah, he kind of... Yeah, he's definitely a tall boy. There's no two ways about that, and that's him standing. Stands no problem. Yeah, he stands a lot taller than most of the core class figures. It's and that's how he looked in the show as well. It's very faithful to the source material. So the head there's on a swivel. He's got ball joints in the arms at both points there, so you can do 360 all the way around. And yeah, he's got ball joints there. Swivels in the legs at this point here. Of course, he's got pins there, so you can move. There's no ankle articulation, but at this scale, you wouldn't expect it. Again, this is a problem with most of the Hasbro toys, is that they've got all this hollow bits because they're trying to save every single penny they can from the plastic. But yeah, there's nothing. I wouldn't say it's a hollow mess or anything. It looks pretty bloody good. And yeah, he does look pretty intimidating. He can do that sort of kind of a pose. Yeah, he looks like he's a proper boss. Like he's gonna kick some serious ass. And he is pretty much this whole character from the show. He's very much like Bumblebee. He was more or less the kind of the young upstart who kind of looked up to everyone else, and yeah, he was also an unruly teenager as well. And something that Beast Wars and Beast Machines did that the Transformers shows didn't do at all, probably because of the lack of female characters, but there was like love triangles and stuff, which is always good for writing and storytelling. But anyway, let's get him transformed. So I think he just flipped the head around. And yep, this comes down. Let's see if it can... Yeah, it still comes down even if the head's not flipped around. But if you don't want to see his face, it's probably better. Ooh, and that's a bit hollow. Bloody hell! Yeah, saving every penny they can. Oh, poor Hasbro. Really struggling to get by. Whatever. Oh, I forgot to do the swords thing, so let's see how that plugs into the hand. Yep. Brilliantly. I think you've got to use this peg here for hooking it in to the hand. And yeah, that's pretty cool, so you can use that as the kind of the glider like he does in the show. And they do come apart as well, so you can individually hold them. Like individual swords. Oh, yeah, it is quite a nice tight fit. And yep, you can keep both in. So it's kind of like what is it? Like the Klingons that backlift, I think they call it. Like a double-ended sword. Very cool. Bit like who'd you call them from? Oh yeah, you could use that for the glider effect as well. But yeah, Darth Maul from Episode 1 Star Wars. Yeah, they've kind of butchered his character in subsequent shows, but less about that sort of thing, more about this Transformer. Let's get him actually transformed, shall we? So yep, you just pick these bits in. Let's see. Come on. Ooh, this is a bit of a struggle, really. Why is this struggling to get in there? Oh dear. Is it not lined up correctly? Ah, there we go. So you've kind of got to overshoot the mark and then... I think because it's on a ball joint, you've kind of got to roll it in. I'm just trying to peg it in there. Oh, come on. Goes down for the moment. I think they also tab into those little notches there either side. These have little notches here. I can tab in, but I won't tab in yet until I've got this bit tabbed into the chest for his Cheetor mode. Which, yeah, it's causing me some level of frustration here. There we go. Bloody hell. See, these bits just plop up to make the feet, so you've got obvious looking hands there, but I don't know, you kind of get used to that. I mean, for the scale, they're really not going to bother with too much. To be honest, they probably wouldn't bother if it was like a larger scale either, to try and hide that sort of thing. So, do the legs peg in as well? Doesn't actually look... Ah, yes. Little pegs here at the back. Yep, so you kind of slot them in there. Just roll them in. There we go. It's him. I'll pop those down. And there's his tail. His tail kind of sticks up a bit, and then it's got this... I don't know, that's a bit weird. I think it's the slotting in there to hold the body together. Let's get these into the shoulders, and I'll propaganda have a look. Oh, it tabs in nice and tight there. See if we can get this side as well. There we go. And yeah, that looks pretty awesome. The head can sort of go up a bit as well. Yeah, it's pretty funky. It is a proper Cybertronian style cat. I really do like the over-angled kind of features and stuff. Makes it look a lot more anime and dynamic. Yeah, this is not a bad guy. I'm actually liking him a lot more than I thought I would. This is pretty cool. Yeah, and I thought as well, just pop this up, play around with the focus again. Let's put it down to about there. There we go. So yeah, there's our Cheetor. And this is something I made. This is I just a round sort of old piece of packaging or whatever, bit of card, and what I did is I put on some homemade flock, which was just paint and sawdust and PVA, and some actual scatter stuff on there as well. Let's just get it in focus so you can kind of see it a bit better. And yeah, some sponge flock, again homemade stuff, made from my old foam mattress, and a few little tufts as well. Got a green tuft there, and yeah, I thought yeah, having them on there, well, because I'll need to make the thumbnail as well for this video. But yeah, I thought I'd make a small little diorama. It's just kind of on the base. And what else is good for a diorama? Well, I've got these trees. This is Scene-arama. That's just some basic trees, which is Woodland Scenics. And these are not cheap. I think it was like a tenner for these, or 12 quid, I can't remember. But this is the conifer trees. And yep, you kind of got to tear through the packaging just to get these things out. We've got some conifer trees there, and we've got these deciduous trees as well. So I thought, yeah, throwing these together might be quite cool for a little scene. You can always just kind of try them out. Because again, if it's just a Transformers video, it's just one thing, and I wanted to throw in some of the other skills sets and stuff that we've got on the go here. Quite how they managed to manufacture and put these in, I'm not sure. But this one, they're all in the pegs and the holes in the cardboard here. This one, it's only 2 of them, the other 2 are loose. Why they've done that? I have no idea. But yeah, it looks like they've used different kinds of, different colours of sponge block there. That they've just kind of put on. Yeah, just on plastic basic trees. Ah, these base parts actually plug in. So it looks like I won't have to sacrifice the cardboard, and I can put them back into the packaging. So I'm going to set up a little diorama. I won't bother with this at this angle and stuff. But I'll do that, and then it'll be nice for the thumbnail, and you'll be able to see what he looks like. But that's all I've got for you today. So thanks again for watching, and I think, what is it for the next one? I've got a whole bunch of Doctor Wu, so we're going to go through that. I've also got Hot Soldiers, which is another third party. And yeah, I think I'll go through one of those next. And then I'll shake it up, maybe go back to Loki's. I don't know. You decide how it's pronounced down below. But that's all I've got for you today. So, thanks again for watching, and bye.